Good evening, one and all. Today we discuss one of the important topic in sampling survey. It's including a statistic. Okay, so one of the important topic in statistics. So before going to that, today what we are discussed. Okay, I just list out that. First one, we discussed what purpose, what is the meaning of sample survey, and where it is used, what purpose we are studying this, and what are the methods including in this method. We are discussed it one by one. Okay, then what is mean by statistics? Statistics deals with collection, classification, tabulation, analysis, and interpretation of numerical data. From this, we can take the word collection of data. Collection of data, we know that is a collecting information from one side. That is two types. One is a primary, and another one is a secondary. Okay. So this is a main concept. When you will understand this one, the primary and secondary means we easily understand what is mean by sampling theory. Okay, so primary means the first hand data. We are getting information from directly, and we get the information with the first hand data. What is mean by secondary data? It is already collected and someone is filed for some purpose. Okay, so that is called a secondary data. Okay, so from this, you know that what purpose we are doing this. For mainly, we have to write the conclusion. Okay, statistical inference. Okay, so we are making a conclusion or drawing a conclusion purpose. We are studying this. In statistical inference, one of the main term. Okay, for example, if you are doing a research, what is the first term? We are identifying the problem. After identifying the problem, we are identifying the terms and we are framing the objectives. Based on the objective, we have to take a review of literature. After completing the review of literature, what we'll do? We are taking a sample. That is very important in a research work. Okay. Now we are studying the one of the important topic of the sampling method. So before going to the sampling, we have to identify what is the basic definitions and terms. Okay, that is one of this population. What is mean by population? Population is a universe or a group is called a population. And what is mean by a census? We are taking each and every information from everyone is called a census method. And what is mean by a sample? The data taken from a population is called a sample. And what is meant by sampling unit? The element of a group of elements on which the observation can be taken from a population is called a sample unit. I will show one. I will show one picture. You will identify easily. Okay. So you will identify what is the difference between the universe, census, sample population, and sample frame. These are the difference. Okay. So the whole term, if you are taken, means that is a universe. For example, you want to research customer satisfaction. What is the meaning? Those who are coming in your shop, you are taking the people's or your population. Okay, and what is mean by census? If you are collecting information from each and every people, means that is called as a census. And what is mean by sample population? You are selected some important customers, regularly those who are coming in your shop. You are taking that data, means that is called a sample. Sample unit means again you are split the data. Okay, different categories. If you are taking that, means that is called a sample frame. And it is very difficult to take when you have a heterogeneous data. At the same time, if you have a homogeneous data, we are easily convenient to draw the sample. Okay, so best we have to identify what is meant by heterogeneous and what is meant by the homogeneous data. Okay, then only we have to identify the data easily. Okay, so then based on the population sample and sample unit, we have to study the sampling theory. Sampling theory is one of the statistical tools. It is very useful for research work. Then it provides the tools and techniques for data collecting, keeping in mind of the objective to be fulfilled and the nature of the population. This is two types. One is a sample survey and another one is a census enumeration. That is called a census method. So first we come to the sample survey method. What is meant by sample survey? Sample survey collect the information on a fraction of total population, whereas census collected information on whole population. Okay. For example, if you are taking an economic survey or if you are conducting data collecting from agricultural, or if you are collecting customer satisfaction level, that is comes under the sample survey. Okay. And what are the advantages of sampling over complete enumeration? That is very important. Okay. So when you compare these two things, we have more advantages in a sample surveys. Okay. It is reduced cost, organization work. That means we are arranging all the work, so it will be easy. If you get more accurate and more efficient answers, then if you want to get more information within a certain period, means we have to take it, and it is more flexibility. These are the some advantages of this. Okay. After that, we have to study the important steps in sampling process. The first one is define the population. What is mean by define the population? For example, we are doing project work in a hospital. Okay. So in hospital side, different departments are there. For example, you can take gynecology department, periodic department, cancer department, and normal general department. So we have a different categories of that. Okay. So you are taking what is your study objective. So based on your study objective, you can take your population. Okay. So that is a define the population. For example, I'm studying what are the different types of cancers are there, how many people are affected for the cancer. Okay. So my study is only focus on cancer. So I have to take the data from cancer department. Okay. So that is a defined population. So first of all, you can take the population. Okay. So that is called a, that department is called a my population. Okay. So after that, identifying the sample frame. Okay. So how can I take data from population? So that is important. Okay. So in cancer, different types are there: red cancer, breast cancer, then here, we have different types of cancers. Cancers are there. So we have to take one of the cancers. Okay. So that is a sampling frame. I'm taking only for the cancer patients people, means, and that is called a sampling frame. Okay. And sampling design, that is very important. Okay. For example, in that frame, how many people are already in the first stage, and how many people are in second stage, and how many people are in third stage, and how many people are in fourth stage. Then based on that, I have to fix criteria. Okay, including criteria and excluding criteria. So based on that only I am training my sample. Okay, so from the previous studies or some important mother records, based on that I have to take the sample. Okay, so I applied the mean, then standard deviation value, margin of error, then I take all the data and apply in the determination sample. Okay, then I get the sample. Okay, so that sample only I applied in this my research work. Okay, so this is just the over outline of the sampling process. Okay, so the first one is this is a process chart of designing process. Thank you. Next class we discuss with the another important topic. Okay, thank you all.